I'm live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there. Anybody out there? This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while speaking to nobody. Just giving people a moment to join the stream in case you missed my picture. To start off, this is the book of the week, The General's Son by Miko Peled. He tells the actual history of the region. There's somebody here. Let me make sure I can see the comments. Hello, show yourself. I'm just waiting for people to arrive, so please let me know who you are and you can partake in the madness. Anybody there? Hello, testing. Testing. If whoever's here would make a comment, then I can know who you are and we can chat for a minute until other people join the fun. Or maybe not. Maybe this will be the quickest live gig I've ever done. Just waiting. Still one person and one like. Now, who is it? Show yourself. Pardon me. It is Colleen Nye. Colleen, my angel. Did you see my recommended reading? Oh, and my brother Blaine. This is so very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Colleen, did you find anybody to take care of the animals? Hello, Colleen. I usually wait till about 3 or 4 people are here before I do my little intro. You did find somebody. Okay, look, hands-free again. I have this arranged in an interesting manner here on the porch. My necklace broke and I had to go to Ralston's. Oh, we have 3 people here. I'll probably do my intro. That's good enough for me. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Welcome, everybody. Now I've lost somebody as soon as I say that, but at any rate. Yeah, this is what happens every week. It takes a little bit. Now I've lost 2. I have 1 person. This is crazy. Who is it? Is it my brother? No, it says call. Oh, hello there, St. Marie. I wonder why it's just showing 1 person watching when I clearly see St. Marie, Colleen Nye, and my brother Blaine Hauserman. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, and I already did my intro, so here, raise your hand. I have stuffed peppers in the crock pot, Blaine. Everything that's in the crock pot is fresh from the garden, except for, of course, well, the eggs that I mixed in. I just sort of did my own thing in terms of what to put in the peppers, but the peppers are from the garden. Some diced up peppers, onions, a little bit of garlic. The rice was not from our garden, but I got it from Thailand. It's just the ingredients are just rice, which is always delightful in this day and age. And I used a jar of the tomato stuff that we canned and 2 cans of tomato soup, so a few things aren't, whatever, for the sauce. At any rate, okay, this is a free-for-all. Tell me, came the dawn. Came the dawn says, the last time I was this early for a live show, cops didn't arrest a woman for refusing to help them violate her. Oh my God, I have no idea what that means. You'll have to unpack that, but welcome aboard, Came the Dawn. For those who missed my opening, this is the book of the week that I'm recommending. The General's Son by Miko Peled tells the true history of the situation over yonder in Israel, Palestine. So, anyhow, I leave it up to the chat to kind of guide what you want to talk about. So, Colleen, guide away. Although I do bring some visual aids in case we get stuck for a conversation. I brought Play-Doh too, so I can play with that rather than smoke cigarettes live, which I usually do. So, anyhow, here we are. Let's go. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's talk about something. Freethinker. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what happened. You have to, Freethinker, welcome aboard. You have to, you know, put your bell thing, but I'm sure you know that already. Anyhow, should I go ahead and name, I'm waiting for Jordan, the moderator, to get here, but should I go ahead and name the subscribers of the week? It's Pasha. Okay, now that Pasha's here, we can really get this show on the road. I'm going to to name the subscribers of the week, but unfortunately, nobody here is one. Should I just hurry up and change it? I'm kidding. Came the Dawn says, a Salt Lake City nurse was arrested for refusing to help cops violate her patient's civil rights. It went viral on Twitter. I don't tweet a lot. The only thing I do on Twitter is talk to Pasha. Literally, in private. I think I have, what, 64 followers or something? Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and name the subs of the week. The subs of the week this week are Nicholas Miller, Caution Slippery When Wet. Well, that's okay, Colleen. Nicholas Miller, Caution Slippery When Wet, and a person named Insight, I-N-S-I-T-E. Turns out Insight is a, oh my God, a civil rights lawyer. Very fascinating individual. God love him or her. Has gone back and looked at all of my videos, and often does this while doing dishes and such. So, anyhow, as a recap, I'll go ahead and name the subscribers from weeks number 1 and 2 as well. The first week was Jordan, my moderator and producer who's not here. Pat Hacker. And then week number 2 was Ann Beck, Richard of Texas, and Watcher. So, anyhow, did I name the other? Yeah, and then this week. Okay. So, where are we going here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I have another book to recommend in addition to Miko Peled, although I haven't read the other book yet. Okay, we have Miko, the general's son. Tells the history of that region. He's literally the son of a general, an Israeli general. Then this book here is called Erasing Liberty. And the author is Phil Torney. Pasha, are you familiar? Of course you're familiar with the USS Liberty, I assume, Pasha. But this was the day that, of course, Israel attacked the USS Liberty. Let me just read the back. That way we'll take up a little time until people get here and we can really swing into action. Okay, this is a limited print run, and I believe it's autographed, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed it is. Yeah, I know you're highly jealous. Okay. Okay. Phil Torney, author of the classic book, What I Saw That Day, which detailed his time in the U.S. Navy, the attack on his ship, the USS Liberty, and his 25-year quest to get the truth out, is back, ladies and gentlemen. Now Phil returns with what's sure to be a best-selling blockbuster, Erasing the Liberty, which contains not just Phil's memoirs of his date with fate, but eyewitness accounts of 12 of his shipmates, all Liberty survivors and crew members, as well as the first-hand testimony of 6 sailors who served aboard ships who came to Liberty's rescue, plus testimony from other military men. Blaine, here's the important part for you. Soon to be a full-length feature film, Erasing the Liberty skillfully ties in thousands of facts, first-hand accounts to present one undeniable conclusion. Here goes. The attack on the Liberty was anything but a mistake, and our own government betrayed and continues to betray all Americans with its disgraceful cover-up. So, I had more or less a fist fight with the VFW commander because, oh, he just thought it was a tragic accident and called me a tinfoil hat wearer. So, whatever. Is anybody here now? See, I have 8 people. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Pat Hacker is here. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and read off the subs of the week once again for those late to the game. This week we have, nobody's here that's a sub of the week. We have Nicholas Miller, Caution Slippery When Wet. By the way, Caution Slippery When Wet is my chat husband on Mike Rivero. And a commenter by the name of Insight, I-N-S-I-T-E. Okay, 9 people on board already this early in the game. I am delighted. I'm orgasmic. And look, my necklace has been fixed because we have a wonderful hardware store in Conneaut Lake where I was able to... Let's go. That's okay, Pat. We're glad you're here. You know, these things here, you know, these deals that you can tell them how long you want your chain or whatever, and then it has just, it's an El Cheapo thing. But I'm back in action with my necklace. I'm very excited about it because it broke the other day after 15 years around my neck or something. Thank you, Freethinker. Pardon me. So what is going on in the news today, Pasha? Pasha always has the latest on the news, and I don't because I tend to avoid it on the weekends. It's Labor Day weekend. Maybe we could talk about the labor movement and how socialists were instrumental in that, ladies and gentlemen. Should we do that, or do we not want to freak people out at this early hour? Early time in the feed. 11 people on board now. So, yes, Labor Day weekend. It's, I don't know who else is on board. Sure what, Lane? You want to talk about somebody wrote something interesting. I'm not going to look at the comments for a minute because I get distracted, but somebody wrote something on Facebook last year that I thought was adorable and kind of true. She said, should, like, hardcore right-wingers really be allowed, I guess, to celebrate Labor Day, since, as we all know. Let me say something about that. Some of you here, I think, are familiar with a gentleman by the name of Michael Parenti. He is oh my God, he's a Marxist. He is a political science kind of guy and a lecturer and all that stuff. And he said that when people are describing fascism, the true definition of such, in the media and things like this, that often they get a lot of it right, but they tend to leave out one of the other defining, I guess, descriptions of fascism is they absolutely loathe, is he really? Pasha says Parenti is controversial in the left-wing circles. Oh, well. Anyhow, they loathe labor unions and any kind of labor movement. So, yeah, I think that's not brought out a lot, really, to my knowledge. I thought you liked him, Pasha. I love him. I think he's just, what I like about him, Pasha, like, as you know, I love Noam Chomsky and so forth. This Play-Doh it's getting under my nails. I don't think that's right. I love Noam Chomsky, but I like Parenti because he's funny. He can almost tell you the world's coming to an end, but you sort of laugh about it in a way. So I like his personality. Let me try to get this a little bit. So it seems like Grandma Christine. I think Grandma Christine is one of the people who turned me on to Parenti. Yeah, Pasha, Galt. I left my label at the door, but now I can't remember my expiration date. That is adorable, Jay Galt. I left my label at the door before joining the chat. Oh, please. Anyhow, Galt, I don't know how much you missed or how much you've seen of this, but I've been promoting a few books. Erasing the Liberty is one. And Miko Pelled's book, The General's Son, is another one, Jay Galt. I love Jay Galt. Jay Galt, I know Pasha and Jay Galt don't fight. I don't have a moderator. So if you fight, make it nice and tender, like no ad hominem attacks. I don't know where my mod is, but I think we're all grown-ups here and we all can share care and nostril flare. But Pasha, I am curious to know what leftists are against Parenti. I mean, why would they be against him? Because they're not true lefties? Because they only see capitalism when they open their eyes? Is that why? Just curious. Waiting for the answer. She's preparing to fight with Galt. I know it. He is. Pasha is a he. I can't get this out of my head. Or into my head appropriately, or whatever. Mars is yammering. It's not that. It's just some weird inter-left fighting. I forget why. Okay. Yes, Came the Dawn. You did mention it, but it's fine. You mentioned it on the last one, and I think there's different people here. The documentary called... Oh, I do want to talk about another documentary. Called The Brainwashing of My Dad. I have a question, totally off subject. We don't have subjects here. That's why it's called Live, Free-for-All. Got me a rock and roll band. It's a free-for-all band. I'm sorry to promote Ted Nugent, because as we all know, he literally sat in his own excrement to avoid going to Vietnam, but that's neither here nor there. Well, that's true. Pasha mentions that any of the scholars who have been in left-wing circles for decades, like him, Chomsky, etc., have upset some people at some point. True. Listen, I have a question. Seriously, it has nothing to do with anything. When I play with Play-Doh, I think I have a disorder. Do not comment on that. I get the urge to eat it. Have you ever heard of people that have the urge to eat glass and such? There's something about it. I want to eat Play-Doh. Is this I know it's probably not normal, but have you ever, like as a kid, did anybody want to eat it? I'm talking about, I'm 53 years old, and I think it smells wonderful. The eating Play-Doh thing as well. You mean it is like a disorder, Pasha? Of some sort? And in that picture, who is that? I've always wondered. Okay, Caitlin Dawn is making a good point here. There's no true left in America. There are just individual leftists here and there. Parenti is one of the individual leftists, and the establishment leftists do not like him. I think that's it. Boy, that was a beautiful statement. And then Freethinker says, kids eat Play-Doh all the time. Maybe your inner child. Well, I think that's all I have as an inner child. So, anyhow. I wonder where Jordan is. I looked at the thing. Oh, that is Pasha as a 3-year-old in that picture. How adorbs. I thought it might be your child. I don't even know how old you are. I have a question, ladies and gentlemen. Would anybody mind right now just putting your age in the comments? You can lie by a factor of 2 years. If you do mind, the neighbor Barbie, Grandma Christine ate sand. Pasha's 35. I thought you were probably late 20s, early 30s. 60 Freethinker. Grandma Christine is 12 million years old. Jay Galt is infinite. And everybody else is shy so far. 53, same. We're the same age, St. Marie. And of course, my brother is 10 years older than I. So, at any rate, is there anything exciting going on? Do you know that I saved a bird today? 58, Pauline. I saved a bird. Came the Dawn says, news, woman pulls gun during fight over school supplies at Walmart. Oh, these delightful Walmart goers. Yeah, I saved a bird today. Okay, wait a minute. Pasha has news. My finger. Here's the big story I'm reading this weekend via Politico, blah, 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 Facebook. Department of Homeland Security are calling Antifa, domestic terrorists, not the white supremacist group in Charlottesville. Yeah, can't they make that go round, like the ire or the descriptions or the labeling? Here's the thing, I'm going to say it again. These groups are all infiltrated. This is why I don't join any groups. I made a video about it the other day. And I'm not going to join a group because they get a bad rep for one reason or another. UN says, okay, Jay Galt has a news item. UN says Iran in compliance with agreement. Jay Galt, let me ask you a question. I heard that Iran agreement was drawn up in a manner that, I don't know, kind of gave the U.S. a way to pull some shenanigans in terms of they aren't following the rule. Did you hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, can you excuse me for a minute? I have to go get something to drink. And I've left you before. Here, I'll leave you with a view of the bird area. Sorry, I have to get something to drink or I'm not going to be able to do this. Hold down the fort, Pasha. Oh, dear Lord. I'm back. Oh my God, look. Can you see who stole my seat? She's gone. I gotta take this shirt off. Mars stole my seat while I was gone. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen. You probably enjoyed the other thing better. Let's see here. Okay, Came the Dawn made a good comment. That's because black and brown folk are not supposed to defend themselves against threat to their existence. Dig this. I'm sure you all know this because you're all over the age of 40, but remember how when California had kind of open carry thing going on, it was in the 60s, I think, and as soon as the Black Panthers, I think it was Black Panthers, went into the State House, suddenly Ronald Reagan said, nah, maybe we should rein that in a bit. They were open carrying, you know, their constitutional right. So, Okay, I'm drinking from a Confederate cup. Please don't hold it against me. Ladies and gentlemen, don't come over here and destroy my cup. I have a Union and a Confederate. It's a souvenir from my tour of Gettysburg. I did a video about it a long time ago. Take note, I had to take off the... Yes, Grandma Christine, that's what I was talking about. Whenever the Black Panthers open carried, then suddenly even the NRA decided, oh, you know what, we should maybe rein it in a little bit. I am going to smoke as much as I don't want to. Do you want to hear about my stuffed peppers? I think I already went over that. There's now 9 viewers. Yeah, I don't see good things happening in the future either, really. I'm trying to have an open mind about it. I wonder where Jordan is. Stokey Carmichael, wasn't it? Hoagie Carmichael Blaney? Grandma Christine probably remembers. She remembers all these people from days gone by. Oh, I think Pasha says, I also think the Democrats are finished. I agree. Are they still pretending to be united? Does anybody know? Like, oh, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Let's move on. Does anybody keep up with that? Grandma Christine said, I read yesterday that U.S. citizens have 70 times the weaponry that police and military can... I don't think that would be true. That the combination that police and military combined have, could this be true? No, I don't see it. It sounds a little unlikely, but I can't be positive. Blaine Mother watched my live show last week. Not live, but after. Here on the porch, and she didn't even get on me for smoking the cigarette. I don't think she cares for it, though. She's grocery shopping now. Stokey, the one that said the position of a woman in the movement should be prone. Well, that could be true. Pasha pointed out the number of weapons that are in circulation, but, like, most people don't have a Sherman tank and things like that, so... I wonder what the heck the deal is with my moderator. Not that I really need him, but I miss him. I love him. Kayla Dawn mentions if Democrats, and he always puts a regular demo and then large capital, all caps rats, fought to stop GOP dirty tricks like voter suppression instead of ignoring them, they would win in near landslides, but I don't think they want to win. Yes, that's absolutely right, Kayla Dawn. Kayla Dawn is my partner in the Interstate Cross-Check. I don't know what you would call it, spreading the word about it, what have you. So, yeah, that's right. They don't... I told you, I think last time, that I called the NAACP lady and told her about, here in Pennsylvania, and told her about Crosscheck, and she was appalled and everything, but she was supposed to get back with me and tell me who to contact, and never did. I think there's something really fishy on all fronts there. I really do. Plus, let's be honest with ourselves. It's time to be honest with ourselves. Our elected officials, so to speak, they don't run the show. They're not in charge. They're not in control. So, you know, they're bought and paid for by either a corporation or the hidden hand, the shadow government, the deep state, whatever one wants to call it, the Illuminati. So, is Colleen still here? Hello? Anybody? I have to keep talking because if somebody tunes into this right now, they'll leave. Yes, I did watch Kevin Shipp, former CIA whistleblower. Oh, good. Pasha found the quote. Of who? Somebody. Jay Galt, what are you trying to say? Honey bunches of all things good. I wonder... I don't think Democrats want to progress. I think they want to look like they want it, but they don't actually want it. Here's the thing. Let me ask everybody here, because most of you listen to Thom Hartmann. What do you make of... Yeah, the hidden hand, Jay Galt. What do you make of his pimping of Pocan? I get a bad feeling off Pocan. I get a bad feeling off him. I don't think he's that wonderful. And how do you... I'm just going to be honest. How do you feel about Hartmann pimping him every, what is it, Wednesday, weekdays with Pocan or something? Anybody want to talk about that for a minute? If not, we're going to. we're going to anyway. Blaine, I wish you could come for dinner because I have a crock pot full of stuffed peppers. Okay, Pasha's directing this to my brother and grandma. In 1964, there's a big discussion online about what it meant in the context. I'm not an expert on Stokely Carmichael. Kwame, Kwame. Oh my God. St. Marie says, Hagman and Hagman. I don't know who that is. Is that an alternative outlet? Last night did a good piece on the deep state and the shadow government. So, well, that might be something to look into. Is just type in Hagman and Hagman, I assume. I have my knee up here in case you're wondering. It's been hurting lately, today. I think because it's freezing, it's cold here. I mean, I took this off, but I'll tell you a story of how I got this shirt. It's kind of a funny thing. Changed his name to, I can't pronounce that. So, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Came the Dawn said, TYT, that's the Young Turks, pimping of Justice Democrats is worse. They ignore the fact that unless the voting system is taken from the hands of the suppressors, yes, no Democrat will be elected. Listen, yes, Freethinker, I have a video up right now of the bird being saved in real time. And Pasha, I can't say that out loud because my dear sweet mother will clutch pearls, but I agree. You do know about the Young Turks getting $20 million from, I don't know, this one connected to that one, connected to the other one, connected to a hedge fund that goes back to our dear sweet Hillary. So, yeah, that's the deal with them. Yeah, Cenk is pushing an agenda. Now, I was very disheartened to hear it, but since I don't cling on to any type of heroic figures or fall madly in love with any media person, I didn't, like, cry over it. Also, YouTube will take your money if you aren't family friendly. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's right, because Pasha said the F word. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, this shirt, a friend of mine named Joan came over. This was her shirt, and I said, I really like that shirt. She literally took it off and gave it to me, like walked to her car in her bra and got another shirt. Talk about, oh wait, where's the tip jar? Pasha, here's the deal with the tip jar. Wait, I need to have another drag. I can't get a tip jar until I get 1,000 viewers. But I think I might set up a PayPal thing under my video. Would anybody object to that if I just set up a PayPal thing under my video? I'm not going to beg for money, though. What do you mean lame? Oh, you have to have 1,000 people? That's the rules, Pasha. Rules and regulations. But I appreciate that you always want to tip me. I think that's wonderful. So, Freethinker, yeah, the video that I did of the bird saving was just like, oh, 1 minute and 15 or something. 1,000 viewers is lame. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I like kind of the intimate nature of this, but I have to say that I wouldn't mind having like a couple of 100, 300 subscribers. When I checked today, it was 48, but 148, excuse me, but seems like every time I mention that, it goes down a bit. But I got 10 live, and that's always my goal weekly is 10 live. And we're already almost on 30 minutes, but I'm going to go 45. 45. Oh, Pat Hacker, and this is everything from the garden. Pat Hacker says, I love stuffed peppers. I'll get more subs if I do what, Pasha? Oh, if I stay on a little bit longer? Okay. Yeah, it's just I think Freethinker, I named it Bird Rescue... Live bird rescue or something like that. My bird videos don't get as many hits, but I've noticed lately when I put a video up that a lot of people watch them right away, so that kind of makes me feel good. I need self-replicating chat bots. Well, can you make me some? Jay Galt? Well, that's true, Pasha. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That you enjoy it. You cannot make me one. Okay. All the people that supposedly get paid through YouTube bitch about it, they haven't gotten the money. Oh, really? Well, I'm wondering if I should just do... Blaine, are you still here? Should I do like a Patreon thing or a PayPal underneath or something? I just feel strange about it. And you know me, I'm all about appearing to be normal to the masses. Give me a break. Hello? Okay, you think I should. All right. Perpetual and I canned potatoes. I mean, he's never canned potatoes. So that was something exciting and different last night. And then some carrots. And he grew all these different carrots, like purple ones and bright orange ones and yellow. Okay, Pasha, they're still talking about the money. That's true, but the tip jar, the super chat is much better. Yeah, true. Okay, what's going on in the news, ladies and gentlemen? Anything uplifting? Please. Oh, Houston. Blaine, have you heard from our sister Jill? Our sister lives down there in Katy. Here's what I heard last, and I put it on Facebook. I put one of my videos on Facebook. My girlfriend Justine said that, oh, okay, Blaine says he hasn't. There was some sort of chemical, factory chemical place that was having some sort of reaction because the generators couldn't work properly because they were underwater, and of course this was sending plumes of toxic whatever out into the atmosphere, but the officials said that it was totally safe, and I don't believe that for a minute. Let's talk about Joel Osteen. Blaine, you know that church that he runs there in Texas is the Summit where we used to see concerts. My brother took me to my first concert. It was Heart was the main event, Heart. And John Mellencamp was going by John Cougar at the time. He was the opening act. It was really fun, but I was nervous. I'm always about safety, you know, be safe. And it was just around the time, like in the early 80s, when The Who had some sort of concert. And remember, people got, yeah, Freethinker says, Joel Osteen, what a charlatan, yeah. A lot of people got stampeded, and I was like afraid I was going to be stampeded at the Summit in Houston watching Heart and John Cougar, who has now, of course, gone back to his birth name of John Mellencamp. Yeah, I'm all about safety. I kind of get ribbed about it sometimes. Like, when I would go horseback riding, we would have signals. If Colleen's still here, she can attest to this. If, you know, Joe the Pony always wanted to be in the lead. I can't look at the comments right now. And so I would do this, raise my arm way up in the air, which meant that I'm going to stop suddenly, or I'm going to start slowing down when we were galloping. And no racing on horseback. It's very dangerous. One time, Carolyn Griggs, I said, do not pass Joe up, because Joe, my pony, was very competitive, and he just couldn't take it. She flew by me as a joke. We were riding bareback, and we were riding bareback, and Joe took off. I had no control over, there was no stopping him. Thank God I knew that he was going to take a left, because he knew the terrain, and go down this embankment, jump a creek, and come up, and that's when I finally got him stopped. I was livid, ladies and gentlemen. You have to go by safety rules when you horse ride, water ski, or carry out outdoor activities. Camping, it's all about safety. Okay, now that I've had that safety message, my 1-minute safety message, we can move along. I'm getting a drink from my controversial cup. Something I found out about the famous statues. If I hear statue again, I'm going to, I think, strip naked, light my hair on fire, and gallop to the road. You know, those, of course, were all erected way long after the war between the states. And there was a fellow named, here he is, General James Longstreet. He was born in 1821 in South Carolina. He graduated from West Point in 42. Resigned from the U.S. Army in June of 61 to join the Confederate, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing that he was not erectified. He was not honored by a statue until 1924, I believe. I could be off a few years. Because after that war, he wanted rights for everybody. He wanted civil rights. And, so therefore he could not be erected in the town square. So, look into the history of those statues. That's what bothers me about it. Leave them up, but go ahead and put the truth out there. When they were erected, why they were erected, and WTF. Okay, I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Google pressuring, this is Pasha, the new American Foundation to fire a scholar for being critical. Shows companies still fear stories about monopolies. Yes. Yes, Blaine. Blaine says Osteen would be right out of Central Casting to play, I forget what all he said, but one of these evangelicals. Didn't our favorite Robert Duvall play one? Didn't he play the part of an evangelical at some point? We have 10 minutes left on this live stream, so I'm going to let Freethinker throw me a subject, please. It's up to you. Anything. I don't care what it is. How irritating tags on shirts can be, to the flooding situation in Houston, whatever. Oh, by the way, you know how Blaine, I can't stand it here or whatever? Or Labor Day, I went over that earlier. I can do it again about how a certain segment of society shouldn't be allowed to celebrate Labor Day because really we can thank a socialist commie that we even have Labor Day and that we have what we call a weekend and stuff like that. People. I just don't know what to think, say, or do about them. Oh, Blaine, I made a video the other day. It was about our dear, sweet chiropractic daughter, friend. We were over the phone talking and everything was delightful, and then suddenly she literally said something about, what was it, Pasha? Because you saw the video. We can't take care of everybody, said this woman. Oh, and she also said, well, I like rich people because, they create the jobs. And I explained to her that, yeah, people sitting back and inheriting money and, yeah, and Pasha says shameful, and, living on capital gains and all this jazz. They're not, yeah, she does need meds, Blaine. They're not, really contributing. And I got and then when I explained to her that we have socialism for the very rich, which we do, this is why these Wall Street banksters can gamble away, because don't worry, a socialism will save you from the American taxpayer. Just have at it, Hoss. So, yeah, that's what I like that saying, even though Cenk Uygur says it. So, anyhow, yeah. So, I did a video about it if anybody wants to go see. And my column this week was based on that video. Well, Pasha, I kind of do. Here's the thing. Pasha says, I don't think those people can be saved. I was never that rude about it, frankly, but I know for a fact that that particular family is glued to Fox News. That's where they get their information. They're Fox bots. And so I think because I made it out of that I give hope to other people. I mean, I even have a super duper right-wing, I call him the most right-wing thing ever, and go on. Like, he is the epitome of right-wing, Fox News loving, Rush Limbaugh worshipping kind of person. And I didn't give up on him either. And now he's starting to say, I don't know about Fox. There's something going on. So I think there's hope for most anybody, as long as they aren't coming out saying horrific things or just being, I don't know, being absolutely against looking into anything further. So that's my deal, but I'm very diplomatic in case that slipped by you. I think in my next life I should be a diplomat. Maybe I'm not diplomatic, but I see myself as diplomatic. Came the Dawn. Came the Dawn says, rich people don't create jobs, they end them, move them overseas, then blame Mexican immigrants for the unemployment. You are absolutely right, Came the Dawn. My God, I wish you could be my co-host here. I wish I could do the show in a different manner, but this is the way I can do it, that's all. So, okay, look, we are going to go for about 6 more minutes. That'll bring us 45 minutes in. Unless somebody can throw me a subject. I used to make Play-Doh, and I used to make this other thing. It was called Freethinker says, ask people what different chats they go in. Do they go to them based on political identity? Oh, that's excellent. Okay, Freethinker wants to know from the chat, and I'll read this out loud for the reason why I read things out loud for all to enjoy is that people look at this after it's gone live, and they would be thoroughly confused if I did not impart what the heck was going on. Freethinker wants to know, name a chat or something, a couple chats in which you partake, and your reason for going there. Is it based on political identity? Is it based on maybe getting the other side's view on things, or what leads you to the other chats? Go! Subject, Game of Thrones? I don't know anything about it. So anyhow, go ahead and go answer the questions, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I'm being very demanding. Okay, other chats that you... Like, I want to know where Jay Galt goes. You still listen to Thom Hartmann, don't you, Galt? Even though you're not allowed to comment? That's so ridiculous. Freethinker, I'm trying here. I'm waiting to get the answers. Maybe I should ask the question again. In which chats do you partake and for what reason? My brother says, I mostly do face-to-face, better all the way around. Jay Galt says very little. Well, I'm honored that you joined us today. And yes, they banned Jay Galt. Let me tell you that, Pasha. Because Jay Galt would get on every day and kind of point out where the error of Thom Hartmann's ways, and they didn't like it. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Galt, but you can comment, and you're the only one that can see it. Like it's shadow ban. Well, I came to dawn probably because he said Tom was not on yesterday. Holiday weekend, maybe? Jay Galt is confirming my suspicions. It wasn't my suspicion because he told me about it. That's what a shadow ban is. Yes. Okay, Hartmann. Grandma Christine partakes in Hartmann. Jeff, what's his uphill media? DeFango shuts down the second you comment. Some of the new thing, I don't know the name, Zach Howler. Yeah. I like Zach Howler. Also, of course, you know I like the Hard Bastard. Jeff Waldorf. And Freethinker goes to Dem ones, and the other side, Dorr, Tom, Tim Black, Randy, Hal Sparks, Mike Rivera. Very good, yeah, I know. It's fun going to Rivera. I have to say that Rivera's chat room is open to, for the most part, they're open to hearing, like, what Mike just said was not really the truth. Let me give you a link about it. They're all very good about that from what I can see. As a moderator. I'm a moderator at Mike Rivera, I'm sure. Along with Digital Diva. It's sort of fun. Speaking of moderators, you know, I've just got to thinking that Jordan probably has a life. Chuck E. Cheese! Have you been lurking the whole time? Chucky says, Jay Galt, you were one of the last people who actually looked at the other side of issues in Tom's chat. I assume the people here were only looking for confirmation bias. The people in this chat, Chucky, because I try not to be partisan at all. Or did you mean the other people on Tom? That's so strange about Hartmann. Well, okay, Pasha says, Jay Galt, let's be fair, Jay Galt's brand was always mad online. But I thought that he handled it, and we're acting like we're talking about him as if he's not in the room. He didn't say anything rude, like he didn't call Tom a big old, I don't know, I just didn't see ad hominem from him. Mike Rivera's room is not all on you when we have people with varying views. Most of the others jump all over you, especially Freethinker. Oh, I got you, Chucky. Freethinker is right. The one that I find the most guilty of that is the Randy Rhodes chat. I don't even go there anymore because I just feel that if people are going to claim to be independent media, that I'm not going to tune in and have them looking at the... Yes, Pasha just said this about Galt. He's clearly smart and not rude. Excuse me. The Randy Rhodes thing, and another person, I don't want to name her because I like her as a person, but they read from the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN. What the heck? Came the dawn. Why'd you get banned for mentioning the Democrats go along with voter suppression? I bet you $1. Is that why? Grandma Christine says, I can put up with people whose positions are somewhat different than mine, but when they are totally opposed to everything I support, I don't want their words going in. Well, of course not, into her mind. Colleen, is there an idea or suggestion box people could go to if they have any thoughts on how to save the world? Even little ideas that could link together. I don't know. That's a good idea. Why don't you make one? Chucky says, uphill media is the same as Randy, and Tim's chat had a great Nazi purge about 9 months ago. Really? I haven't been over at Awake with John, if that's of whom you speak, in a while, but are they... I understand they're getting inside the Democratic Party to shake it up or something. Look how well that worked. You know, it's been a failing idea since 1944, ladies and gentlemen. Look up Henry Wallace for more details. Oh my God, this is an excellent comment by Pat Hacker. I gave up on Tom, could no longer stomach his Clinton orgies. Oh my God. I love it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wind down here. I'm going to give a 2-minute warning because I do have to use the restroom and check on dinner. And it says, Grandma Christine says, uphill doesn't grow in numbers, and I can see why, but they do have good interviews. Yes, that's true. When it's just dude emoting, I get bored. Came the Dawn mentioned, all these shakeups and all the Democrats have to do is fight against GOP dirty tricks like voter suppression, and they would win. Simple, you're absolutely right. That reminds me. For a little bit, I took part in an area group. I cannot read comments now or else I'll get off trail. I'll trail off. I think Colleen even went to a meeting or two of these people, but I was on the steering committee for like 3 minutes, and I thought we should steer in the direction of absolutely overhauling the voting system. Here locally in PA, whatever, paper ballots, oversight, citizens committees, whatever the case may be, that was the most important thing. We had 2 other things, I think money out of politics and one other thing. And this is locally. That wasn't, evidently, it was just too much for radio, not enough for television, or the other way around or something, because they came back with a list of like 25 different things, and I think we need to get to the bottom of things immediately and not, do you know what I'm saying? It's the most basic thing to I don't know. To me it was. Okay, I am going to start gently yet effectively signing off. Before I do, Real News deleted your 1933 bankruptcy post? Oh my God. I won't delete any posts here unless they're just like, hey, you're a bitch or something. I'll do that. Before we go, can we, yes, St. Marie, I will be live tomorrow again at 2:30. If everybody could put down, in closing, if you don't mind, just, I'm going to steal from Lionel, the state in which you live, and I already have your ages from earlier. Just, let's sign off with that. Just tell me where you live, and then I'll do my little closing number, and we can get on with the day. Go. I live in Pennsylvania. Brooklyn, New York is Pasha. New York State is Came the Dawn. I've always wanted to go. Real News has become an SJW channel. Chucky. Steady State. See you tomorrow, Lisa. I'm in Florida. Freethinker, California. Blaney. Tennessee is Grandma Christine. California. Chuck E. Cheese, Colorado. And again, Steady State. Well, I'm in the state of confusion. State of confusion. Okay, I'm winding this down, ladies and gentlemen. Galt, give me a telephone call if you still have my number. By the way, my email address is hauserman46@gmail.com. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Join with me, join with others here on this chat. Please drop your political identities, and let's leave labels at the door, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. Thank you for partaking in the live chat. Bye. Bye.